Guys, let us start the session by recapping the previous class. Okay, in the previous class, we have discussed about the data reduction. Okay, that is one of the pre-processing technique. Till now, we have seen cleaning. Okay, that is completed. Let us discuss about the data reduction part, guys. Okay, what is meant by reduction, guys? Normally, originally, some data will be there. Okay, if at all, if you went for the processing about the data, means it takes some huge amount of time. Why? Because we are taking a huge amount of data for the processing for data mining algorithm. That is why if you reduce the overall representation of the data set means to smaller volume, obviously the time taken for the analysis results also reduce, guy. That is the main theme behind the data reduction part. Okay, for the data mining particularly, we are going to take the huge amounts of data for the data mining. Okay, for that it takes longer time. Okay, to reduce the time, guys, please mute yourself. 63. Okay, number 6. Okay, fine. Okay, normally if you are giving the huge amount of data for the data mining algorithm, it takes longer amount of time. Okay, that is why the data reduction comes into picture. Okay, okay, here what we are going to do is we are going to reduce the overall size of the data. Okay, here one point we have to remember is, okay, uh, after the reduction, okay, and the before the reduction, if you go for the data mining algorithms, it has to produce the same results, guys. That is the point you have to remember here in the data reduction part. Okay, understand, guys? Okay, right? Why data mining means the same thing. Okay, it takes normally if you went for the data mining algorithm for the huge amount of data means it produces it takes the longer time to produce that one. Okay, what we have to went for is data reduction algorithms. Okay, here we are going to reduce the overall size of the data. After that we are going to apply for the data mining algorithm. Okay, here this result and the without data reduction data has to produce the same outputs, has to produce the same outputs. Okay, here in the data reduction, guys, there are four strategies are there: data cube aggregation, attribute subset selection, okay, numericity of reduction. Okay, here we are going to reduce the size of the data, not the values of the data, guys, not the size. Okay, the next one is dimensional reduction. Also, we are going to compress the data here, guys. Let us see the we have already completed the first one, that is data cube aggregation. Let us recap that one also. Okay, the first one is data cube aggregation, guys. Okay, the mainly this data cube that will be used in the for construction of the aggregation part we are going to use in the construction of data cube, guys. Okay, we already discussed this data cube, guys. Okay, to represent the multi-dimensionality data, okay, we will go for the data cube representation. Okay, what is the advantage of the data cube is that, guys, okay, we are going to access the data very fastly, and we are going to process the data also very fastly if you went for the data cube. Okay, here the aggregation operation that will be applied here in the data cube, guys. Okay, here what we are the example we are going to take is all electronic sales data quarter wise, okay, for the different products and different countries from 2014 to 2016. Okay, this is the representation of data cube, guys. This is the overall representation of the data cubes. Here how many quarters are there? 1 to q4 quarters are there, year wise 2014 to 2017 for the different branches, a b c branches. Okay, here this is the only a branch results, guys. Okay, this value is the this side means this value is only the branch a results. Okay, he have represented here. Okay, here my concentration is annual sales related to particular branches. Okay, for suppose how we are going to get the annual sales for the 2014, guys, that is the summation of quarter 1, quarter 2, Q3 and Q4. Okay, thus all the summation will give us the 2014 year overall result, guys. Okay, if you sum all these values, we will get this 1614. Likewise, 2015. Okay, all the summation of Q1 to Q4 gives the sales value of the branch A in 2015. Likewise for the 2016 and 2017. In this way, we are going to aggregate the data, guys. Okay. Uh, Understand, guys? Aggregation this way it will be helpful for you. The next one is in the reduction of data. The next one is the strategy. Second strategy is attribute subselection, guys. What is the second strategy? Attribute subselection. Here also we are going to reduce the data size, guys. Okay, how we are going to reduce the data size here is we are going to remove the irrelevant and redundant attributes. Okay, irrelevant and redundant attribute. Redundant attributes means repeated content attributes. We are going to remove that one, and we are going to remove the irrelevant. Okay, that is not at all necessary for the particular data mining okay process. Those things also we are going to remove it, guys. And the next one is, okay, here what is the main theme of this attribute subselection is to reduce the set of attributes, guys. Okay, the main theme of this one is to reduce the set of attributes to somewhat lesser. Okay, how we are going to perform is with the help of redundant attributes, we are going to remove the attributes these are repeated, and the next one is removing the irrelevant data. Okay, that is not at all necessary for the particular data mining process. Those also we are going to remove it, guys. Okay. Okay, here in this attribute subselection, okay, we are going to use these techniques, guys. Okay, one is stepwise forward selection, stepwise backward elimination, and a combination of forward. Okay, here we are going to combine these two elimination processes. Okay, stepwise forward selection and stepwise backward elimination. Okay, ఏం లేదండి దీంట్లో simple. Okay, from the first attribute to last attribute, we will move forward. What are the unnecessary attributes we are going to remove here? These all these processes, guys. Okay, here we will starting from the first attribute. Okay, in the second process, that is backward elimination, we are going to start from the last attribute to first attribute. Okay, here combination of the both the things. And the next one is decision tree induction. Okay, with the help of this decision tree induction, we are going to eliminate the okay attributes also. Okay. Okay, in the fourth unit, I think so, we are going to discuss about this decision tree induction, guys. Okay, these are the different techniques for the attributes subselection. And the next one is dimensionality reduction, guys. Till now we have seen the two ways. Okay, the third one is dimensionality reduction. Dimensionality means we are going to reduce the dimensions, guys. Okay, we are going to compress the original data. We are going to compress the original data by using data encoding or transformation things methods. By applying the data encoding and data transformation, we are going to compress or reduce the data, guys. Okay, here, guys, the compressed data. Okay, here there are two types of dimensional reductions is, guys. Okay, by comparing the compressed data and the original data. For suppose, okay, in this lossless reduction type technique, okay, here we are going to reconstruct the original data from the compressed data. That technique we call them as a lossless. Okay, we are not going to lose any information in the compression process. Okay, in this dimensional reduction, okay, particularly lossless one, okay, we are going to achieve the original data after compressing the data also. Here there is no loss of information will be there. Coming to this lossy type, guys, lossy type dimensionality reduction type. Okay, here we are going to lose some information. We are going to lose some information for reconstructing the compressed one to original one, guys. Okay, understand, guys? Understand, guys? lossless one and lossy one. Okay, lossless means we are going to reconstruct the original data from the compressed one. Okay, lossy means we are going to lose some information with this in this reconstruction process from the compressed data type to original data, guys. Okay. The last one, okay, in this, guys, for the dimensionality reduction, okay, particularly for this lossy dimensional reduction, there are two effective methods will be there. One is wavelet transformation and the principal component analysis. Okay, these two type methods will be used in the dimensionality reduction, guys. Okay. The last one is numericity reduction, guys. Okay, here what we are going to do is, here also we are going to reduce the data volume, guys, by choosing the smaller forms of data representation. Okay, here what we are mainly concentrating on the data representation, guys. Smaller forms of the data representation we are going. Okay, in this way we are going to reduce the overall volume of the data, guys. Okay, how we are going to reduce the volume here? By representing the smaller forms of data representation, guys. Okay, here there are two types of techniques for the numericity reduction, guys. One is a parametric one and the second one is a non-parametric one, guys. Okay. Okay, in parametric form, guys, we are going to represent the data instead of normal data parameter instead of actual data, guys. Okay, we are going to represent it with a data parameters instead of actual data, guys. Okay, for that we will have the two methods. One is non-linear models and regression. Okay, we already discussed about this regression. Okay, and the second one is, guys, non-parametric, guys. Okay, in the non-parametric representation we are going to use the histograms and clustering and sampling techniques, guys. Okay, simple, guys. Okay, we are changing the one volume to one type of representation to another type of representing numerical type of reduction, guys. Actually data will be in one representation. Okay, in this numerical reduction we are going to represent that original data in another form, like log linear models and regression models, particularly for the parametric type representation. For the non-parametric type representation, we are going for the histograms, clustering, and sampling techniques, guys. By using this way, we are going to represent the data. Okay, that is also in reduced form, guys. Okay, the overall representation takes the more value. Okay, if we went for this smaller form of representation, okay, the content of also reduced, guys. How? Let us see in the each and every one, guys. Okay, let us see the first one, parametrical model. Okay, here we are going to use the data parameters, okay, instead of actual data, guys. Okay, in that first model related to the parametric model is log linear model, guys. Log linear models. Okay, in this log linear models, guys, we are going to estimate the probability of each point. Okay, normally log linear diagram లో వచ్చేప్పటికి ఉంటుంది, diagrammatical గా ఉంటుంది, and it will have some equation also. It will have the some equation for the log linear models. Okay, okay, for suppose in the log linear model we have two variables. If we have two variables, in that one variable is am known. Okay, with the help of that one I am going to get the another variable. In this way I am going to estimate the probability of each and every point, guys, in this parametrical model, particularly log linear model, guys. Okay, here I am going to estimate the probability of each point in multidimensional space. Okay, guys, clear? Overall data మొత్తాన్ని కూడా what we are going to represent is in the help of log linear models. Okay, here each and every point I'm going to estimate the probability of each point, right? Next one is uh, regression, guys. This one you already know, guys. Regression means, okay, for suppose I have a set of bundle of points, guys. Okay, okay, each and every point will have x value and y value. Okay, bundle of points. Okay, for all the points I'm going to represent it in with a one line equation, guys. Okay, this line equation will represent the all the set of the points. In this way the data volume will be reduced, guys, in this regression model. Antena kada andi? Okay, that Okay, in this way, this line equation, in this way, the line equation will represent the set of all the points. Okay, for suppose in each line, in that line, okay, I know only x-axis value. Okay, how can I know the another value? By substituting the x value in the line equation, I am going to get the another value. In this way, I am going to go for the reduced representation with the help of line equation. For suppose I am having 1,000 points. Okay, all these points, okay, the satisfied one line equation. Okay, okay, I'm going to say only that line equation. That line equation will represent the 1,000 points data, guys. In this way, I'm going to reduce the data in this parametric model, particularly for linear regression. In linear regression, guys, we have only two variables are there. Okay, those variables are represented with a line equation. Y is equal to mx plus c. This is the line equation, guys. Okay, we are going to predict the predictor value. Okay, I know only response variable. From that, I'm going to predict the x value, guys. Okay, okay, likewise, guys, in this regression, linear regression will be there, multilinear regression will be there. In this multilinear regression, this is the extension part of linear regression. Linear regression okay, extension is multilinear regression, guys. Here more than two variables will be there, more than two variables will be there. In linear regression only two variables will be there. In multilinear regression we will have the multiple variables. For suppose I am having four variables, in that I know three variables. How can I get the another variable? Okay, by substituting these three variables in the lining that equation, okay, that is satisfying the four variables, I'm going to get the predictor value. Okay, here that equation will represent the all the set of points in the database, guys, in the data set. Okay, in this way we are going for the, okay, we are representing with a equation that is representing the all the data set values. Okay, in this way we are going to reduce the data. Okay, this is the, okay, example, guys. Okay, here I'm having the different data sets. The data sets values will be represented in the dotted format. Okay, here each and every dot will have the, okay, some x-axis value and some y-axis value. Okay, here all the data values, okay, by uh, uh, satisfied with the help of this line equation, guys. Okay, from the all these values are I'm going to replace with this line equation. Okay, right, in this way I am going to reduce the data. Okay, for all in this line equation for particular this one point, okay, I know only x-axis means from that I'm going to get the y-axis value, guys, right. This is linear regression, guys. Okay, we have seen till now on the data reduction, that is parametric models we have seen. The next model is a non-parametrical model, guys. Okay, the next presentation is non-parametrical model. Okay, here there are different techniques are there. One is histograms, clustering and sampling techniques are there. Histogram, clustering and sampling techniques are there. Okay, let us see these non-parametric models. Okay, first model is histograms, guys. The first model is histograms. Okay, guys, here we are going to represent the data in the form of diagrammatical manner, graphical manner, that is histograms. Okay, here the rectangle area represents the value of that one, guys. The rectangle area will represent the value of that one. The more are the rectangle space area, the more are the value for that attribute. More are the rectangle space area, more are the attribute value, guys. Okay, here if you observe, this one is the lesser attribute value. Okay, here we will have the more area of that rectangle, it means this is the maximum value. Okay, and this is the minimum value. Why? Because this histogram will have the lesser value. Okay, in the histogram we are going to use the different attribute values in the form of diagrammatical manner, that is rectangular bars. Okay, more are the volume, okay, more are the rectangular area. Okay, understand, guys? In this way, we are going to represent the data in the diagrammatical manner. Here, we are going to reduce the overall data with the help of this type of, that is a non-parametric model, that is histograms, guys. Okay. Okay, these are all the non-parametrical models. Write down this, guys. This diagram also you have to write it down. Okay, for practice purpose. The second technique is clustering, guys. Till now we have seen what is a histogram, how we are going to represent the data in the reduced form in the histograms we have seen. The second one is the clustering. Okay, here also we are going to represent data in the form of clusters, guys. Okay, in a diagrammatical graphical manner, guys. Okay, what is the advantage of the cluster is that we are going to uh, okay, in this cluster. Okay, okay, in the clustering, in the clustering, guys, we are going to eliminate the outliers or errors, guys. Okay, how we are going to eliminate is, let us see, guys. Okay, here in this clustering, okay, we are going to represent the similar type of data having the same properties into one clusters. Okay, right. If you take the example of the classroom, okay, all the boys will have the same properties. Okay, all the girls will have the same properties. Okay, all the boys we are going to group, that one we call them as a cluster one. Okay, all the girls we are going to form a one cluster. Okay, we call them as a cluster two. Understand, guys? Cluster one and cluster one will have the boys group, and cluster two will have the girls group, guys. Okay, if at all, if you take the 2 points from the boys cluster, they will have the same properties. Likewise, if you take the two objects from the girls cluster, they will have the same properties. Okay, how you are going to eliminate the errors here is, in this clustering is, okay, any object that is outside of the all the clusters, any object that is outside of the all the clusters, that we call them as a erroneous data. In this way, we are going to eliminate the errors in the clustering, guys. And moreover that, guys, okay, here we are going to represent the overall data in the form of clusters. That is why we are going to reduce the overall data, guys. And moreover that, we are going to eliminate the errors. This is the representation for the clusters. Here one cluster, this is another cluster. Okay, all the objects, if you take the two objects from the cluster one, they will have the same properties. If you take the two objects from the cluster two, they will have the same properties. Here these three objects, if you observe these red colored objects, does it not at all belong to the cluster one and cluster two, guys. Okay, those we call them as a outliers or erroneous data, guys. Okay, right. In this way, we are going to represent the overall data in a reduced form with the help of clustering, guys. Okay, okay, guys. Let us go for the third model, that is sampling model, guys. Okay, here also this is one of the data reduction technique. Okay, the large data sets you are going to represent here with a smaller random samples, guys. That is the subset of the overall original data. Okay, in sampling, guys, we are going to take the samples only, that is subset from the overall large set. Okay, here there are two techniques are there for the sampling. Okay, one is a simple random sample with a without replacement, and the simple random sample with replacement, guys. These are the two techniques that is used for the data reduction techniques. Previously we have seen histograms, clustering. The third one is sampling, guys. Okay, till now we have seen cleaning part is over, reduction part is over. Okay, the next one is data transformation, guys. Okay, the next fifth topic is data transformation. Okay, here in this data transformation, we are going to transform one form to the another form. We are converting the data from one structure or format to another structure or format, guys. Okay, why we are going for the data transformation is, guys, normally data mining algorithms needs some type of forms. Okay, we are going to change this the actual data to the particular forms with the help of this data transformation technique. Okay, that is converting a data from one format or structure to the another format or structure. Okay, why we are going to convert that one is, guys, okay, the forms appropriate for the data mining. Okay, Okay, there are different strategies are there for the data transformation. Okay, let us discuss the each and every different strategies related to the data transformation. Okay, the first one is the smoothing techniques. Okay, here in the smoothing techniques we already discussed this one, guys. Okay, smoothing, binning, binning by means and binning by boundaries, we have already discussed that one. What is the importance of this one, guys? To remove the noise data. Okay, likewise with the help of the regression also we are going to remove the noisy data. Okay, how the regression is removing the noisy data means we are going to represent the overall data to, okay, in the form of equation, guys. Okay, that equation will satisfy the all the data format values, data object values. If it are if the one value is known in that value, we are going to predict the another value with the help of the regression equation, guys. Likewise with the help of clusters also. In the clusters, in the previously we have already discussed was clustering means it going to remove the erroneous data. How it going to remove the erroneous data means, okay, any object that is outside of the all the clusters, we will take the, we will consider that those points as a erroneous data. Okay, if this is the example previously we have discussed this, guys. These 3 points are erroneous data. Okay, these in the all the data objects, those are in the clusters means those are valid values. Okay, the data that is not at all belong to the any clusters, those points we call them as a outliers or errors, we are going to eliminate with the help of clustering, guys. Okay, ఇప్పుడు అదే చెప్పారండి. బిన్నింగ్ ఆల్సో ఎలిమినేట్స్ ద ఎర్రర్స్ అండ్ రిగ్రెషన్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఎలిమినేట్స్ ద ఎర్రర్స్ అండ్ clustering also is going to remove the noisy erroneous data. This is one of the strategy used for the data transformation, guys. Okay, and the next technique is attribute construction, guys. Okay, normally in the data mining algorithms we will get the huge amount of data. Obviously it will have the different attributes. Okay, all those attributes are not at all necessary for the data mining. All those are set of attributes are not at all helpful for the data mining algorithms. That is why we are going for the subset of the attributes. Okay, that will be only necessary for the mining algorithms. Okay, this process we call them as a attribute construction. Okay, attribute construction. Okay, we are going to construct the new set of attributes. Those are helpful for the data mining process. Okay, those are not at all necessary for the data mining algorithms. Those attributes we are going to eliminate in this strategy, guys. Attribute construction strategy. Okay, okay, till now we have seen the two strategies. First one is smoothing. Okay, here what we are going to remove is we are going to remove the noises with the help of binning technique. We already seen this one in binning technique, that is binning by means of boundaries, binning by means of means. The second one is with the help of regression also we are going to reduce the data. Okay, that will be used for this data transformation, and clustering also we are going to use it, guys. Okay, on the second technique is attribute construction. We are going to reconstruct the attributes, those are necessary for the data mining process. Okay, here we are going to go for the reduced representation of the overall attributes, guys. Okay, the reduced representation contains only the attributes that is necessary for the data mining process. Okay, okay, the next one is the strategy for the data transformation is aggregation. Okay, aggregation, previously also we have seen this one, guys. Aggregation. Okay, previously మనం చూసాము aggregation. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to combine the sales from the uh, for suppose in the data cube, let us go for the data cube. Yes, okay, here is the data cube, guys. Here is the data cube. It contains the representation of your data quarter wise for the different 4 years, 14 to 16. Okay, here particularly by using this data for a particularly branch A. Okay, quarter 1 to quarter 4 for the 2014 to 2017 data I have here, but my intention is year wise annual information. How we are going to get that one is all the quarter sum. If you combine that one, we are going to get the year wise information sales, guys. Year wise information sale for the 2014, if I combine these 4 quarters I will get this 1614. For the 2015 17 10, likewise for the 16 and 17. In this way aggregation will be useful for the data transformation, guys. Okay, and the next one is a normalization, guys. Okay, what we are going to do in this normalization, guys, we are going to scale the attribute data values. We are going to scale the attribute data values to the smaller range. Okay, for suppose the values consist of different values from 1 to 100. I am going to unify that one to 0.0 to 1.0. Okay, in this way I am scaling those values to 0 to 1 value. Okay, we can scale it for the different way ranges also. I'm okay, like 1 to 2 also we can scale it, guys. Okay, we are going for here reduced representation, guys. Okay, we are going for reduced representation. Normally the values from the different values, that is ranges from the different range. Okay, I'm here scaling to the smaller range values, that is 0.01 to 1.0 or 1.0 to 2.0. We can scale go. Okay, we can scale it, guys. Okay, in this way, we are going to transfer the data from one way to another way. The previously, what are the strategy, guys? Smoothing and attribute selection. And the next one is aggregation. We have discussed. Okay, in the aggregation, we are going to combine the attribute values. Okay, the example here is data cube consists of the quarterly information. If you combine the quarterly information, you will get the annual information, right? And the next one, normalization, means we are going to scale the attribute data values to some range like 0.0 to 1.0 and 1.0 to 2.0. We are going to scale it, guys. And the next two concepts are discretization. Okay, here what we are going to do is we are going to represent the numerical attribute values to interval labels. Okay, for suppose 0 to 10, that is a one label. 11 to 20, that is one label. Likewise, or we can label it as youth means one age group, adult means one age group, and seniors means one age group. For suppose youth means 0 to 1 to 18 years age, and 19 to 35 is adult, and 35 to more number is seniors way. In this way we are going to use the labels instead of the actual data values. Okay, that we call them as a data discretization. In discretization, what we are going to use the labels instead of numerical attribute values, guys. Okay, like youth, adults, seniors. Likewise, we are going to represent poor people, okay, middle class people and rich people. Likewise, we are going to labeling it. Okay, in this way we are going to transform the data from one form to another form in the discretization. Okay. Okay, and the last and the final one is concept hierarchy generation for normal data. Concept hierarchy generation for the normal data, guys. Okay, in this one, guys, we are going to use the concepts, guys, instead of the nominal data. Like in place of the street, we are going to generalize it to higher level of concept like country and street, city. Likewise, we are going for the higher concept, hierarchy. In that higher value, we are going to represent. Like example, in place of the street, we are going to represent for the higher concept values like city and country. Okay. Okay, this is the representation for the discretization, guys. Here age means youth, that is 20 to 39. Middle age means 40 to 59. Senior means above 60 years. In this way we are going to represent the data with the help of discretization, that is labelated information. Write down this diagram, guys. Okay, this is related to discretization. Okay, in the next class, we are going to discuss about the data transformation by normalization. With the help of normalization, how we are going to transform the data, we are going to see in the next class, guys. Okay.